symbols. My name is Shelley. I'm a writer, an astrologer, and a card reader. And if you are familiar with my channel, I host card readings twice a week on Tuesdays and on Saturdays. And today, as promised, I have two very special Halloween-themed readings for you. The first of which is going to be today, and as you can see, I've got the special tablecloth with all of the orange and Halloween colors. And normally what I do is on Tuesdays I have what I call my How to Tarot series, and then on Saturday I do my weekly energies readings. So today we did the weekly energies as normal, but in addition I wanted to do a special reading for you, the first of which is called Who is Haunting You? And this one's going to be a very special one. It's going to be a more personal reading. This is the first time that I'm going to be reading that this will be a tarot oracle card reading for you and another person. Now, the Who's Haunting You is different. It's not going to be anyone who has passed over. Unfortunately, I don't read in that capacity. I'm not able to channel. There's a lot of really wonderful readers on YouTube who are able to do that. But so today, the Who's Haunting You is going to be more of a who is on your mind, or who has been on your mind, or just kind of haunting you in a personal sense. And so it's going to be someone who's living and breathing, but we're going to pick up on your energies and get an idea of who this other person is. So what we're doing is we're going to have 4 piles. I'm not very dressed up for Halloween. I am gonna, the one dress up thing I'm gonna do is you'll get what I call my card reader ring. This is a labradorite ring that I had actually bought at the beach for like $20, and they called it moonstone, but I learned later that it's labradorite. But it's just a really big stone, and I have to wear it. But it's surprisingly comfortable. Anyway, to get started, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to pick from one of 4 ghosties, and you will do a freeze frame, and I'll let you see each of the ghosts. So this is ghost number 1. We got ghost number 2. He's kind of a fun one. And then we've got ghostie number 3. He looks like he's coming out of like a cupcake or something. And then ghostie number 4. And extra points if you know which famous cartoon this guy is from. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, and what I'll do is I'll let you pick your pile, and then I will go through and I will pick we have 4 decks of cards. The tarot, we have one tarot deck, which is the Witch's Tarot by Dugan. We have an archetype card, which is by Myss. And then, so what we'll do is the archetype card kind of describes, the characteristics of a person. And then the tarot helps clarify the situation. And then I'm going to share with you, to further clarify the reading, I have 2 very special decks of cards. The one deck is the Nuance Oracle by Kimberley. You've seen me use this deck before in some of the weekly energies, and it's it's kind of a Lenormand-based deck. And now this last deck that I'm going to use to clarify just came in, and I'm stupid excited to use this. This is actually a deck that I've wanted for such a long time, and it finally came up for sale, and I will definitely list the names of all of the materials used in the description box below. But it's called Messages from the Divine Masculine, and Divine Masculine is typically more of a term that you use in twin flame readings. But what it is it's a deck of cards that give descriptions of how someone's feeling. And what it is it's 100 cards, and it has excellent descriptions. It just has such a good, description of what's going on with someone. So it's excellent just for using for regular, deck reading for yourself. But I thought it would be perfect for this reading, and this is actually the first time I'll be using it on the channel. And And then I had been mentioning these cards for a while now. And then I'm also going to be using the red heart quartz with it. There is one extra deck that I will be pulling out, which is the, let me go ahead and get it. It'll just be one moment. Hey there, we're back. So the last deck is called the Twin Flame Messages, and this is by a this is actually a custom deck done by another reader here on YouTube called Mystic Moon, and these are just excellent cards. So what we're going to do is you pick your ghostie, and then we'll go through and do a reading for each ghost, and we're going to clarify who's haunting you. So I'm really excited. This is going to be a fun, personal kind of reading, and I hope it's just really fun and something that you enjoy. Now, before we get started, just a brief announcement. In addition to reading cards, I make card bags. Like for instance, for a lot of my decks, I do lined bags, and I go ahead and make and so as a special kind of giveaway for the Halloween themed readings, I went ahead and I made a card bag. And as you can see, it's a little bit more of a cool looking bag. It has a card material with black and white and orange. It is a personally made item, so I made it with a sewing machine, but it does have just a few human imperfections, but I assure you it's very well made. It's lined with orange satin, and it has black ribbons. And what I was going to do, and what we're doing today, is if you go ahead and if you would like to enter to win this card bag, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below. It's below the description box. And if you just, it can be a thumbs up emoji, it can be like a hey, it can be a please enter me in, whatever you want to do. You don't have to subscribe to the channel, but if you want to go ahead and enter to win, just leave a comment, and I will pick a name. 48 hours. We'll wait 48 hours after, or yeah, we'll wait 48 hours, and then I'll pick a name, and then I'll reach out to you and get your details, and we can go ahead and send this bag to you. But it's really neat, and I think it's a great one. So it's a lot of fun. It fits regular oracle cards, and it's pretty wide too. So if you wanted to use it for, you don't necessarily have to use it for Halloween cards. You could use it for regular tarot cards or anything else. But okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and freeze the video, and I'll let you pick your card deck, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, we're back. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to shuffle on camera. So let's go ahead and do ghostie number 1. And he really does look like a friendly ghost, honestly. So I hope maybe whoever's haunting you isn't so spooky. All right, ghostie number 1. Who is haunting you? Ooh. All right, let's go ahead and we'll get your oracle card. We'll get your archetype card first. So, ghostie number 1. Who is haunting you? Okay. All right. Now these two kind of wanted to flip, so if we get 2, we're gonna go with 2. But let's see here, and let's go ahead and get ghostie number 1. Who is haunting you? I'm making note of the flipping cards. So, all right, pile number 1, ghostie number 1. Ghostie number 1. Who is haunting you? Okay, and last card. And this last card is going to be, what does this person want to say to you? So pile Ghostie number 1. What is their person, their haunter, their apparition? What do they want to say to pile, to Ghostie number 1? Pile number 1. What does their haunted person want to say to them? All right. Wow, I knew this reading might get a little bit deep, so you're gonna have to bear with me a little bit. But all right, pile number 1, Ghostie number 1, who honestly looks a little bit like a friendly ghost, kind of not really Casper, but first off, I get kind of the vibe, even just from your sticker, I get kind of the vibe that the person that's haunting you it's someone that you're really hard to stay angry at. So maybe this person, you got rebel and you got trickster. And so I have a feeling that you got, the person that's haunting you is someone who's they're very independent. This person really just kind of likes, I think they don't intend on, making you feel this way. Like they don't intend on ghosting you or doing anything like that. Honestly, who's ghosting you is probably an entire different video on its own. But I think this person is they're a little bit of a free spirit, quite literally. And I think that it just kind of, in order to maintain their freedom, in order to kind of, keep their independence, I think that they have to be a little bit smooth. And you see with the trickster, it's like, I don't think, you see kind of the hands. And it's funny, anytime I see hands in a reading, I definitely think of communication. I think of a smooth talker is what I think. And here it's kind of like a mixed energy. When they're not, they can be either really charismatic, or they can almost be a little aloof in the way that they just kind of, kind of rebel. They kind of buck the norm. And now what I see is that the kind of descriptors of the tarot, the description of the situation is the Queen of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. And you'll see that the Eight of Pentacles is working hard at something. So this person, this person could be a woman, or this person might see you as the Queen of Pentacles. Like they might see you as someone who's very abundant, who has a lot. And the fact that you see a dog in the picture I got a little string on this, sorry, excuse me. You see how the Queen of Pentacles has a dog, and you see how she's really, I have a feeling that this might be how they see you. They just see you as someone who is maybe not even, you could be financially abundant, like you might have money. Either that, or you just work really hard. You work hard at your job, and you see how she's carrying flowers. I just really think that it almost like, you've seen like an actor on a stage at the end of the performance, someone gives some flowers, and here she's kind of holding the flowers at the same level as the coin. It's almost like she's earned the acclaim. And so I think they see you as a very hardworking person, and that you've earned everything that you have. But I do see that this person kind of teeter-totters between being very smooth and being kind of aloof. Like one minute they're really smooth talking you, and then the next minute they're kind of just like, I want what I want, let me go do what I want, and they don't really care about anything, they don't care how it makes them look. Now, the other thing that this could mean is that the reason that this person is being so aloof, or the reason like one minute they're there and the next minute they seem to be kind of doing their own thing, is because they're working really hard. And they might be putting time into a project. And then what tells me that is that your divine message is it's worth it. So I have a feeling what they're, this person, the person who's on your mind, they might not be around a whole lot, but it's because they're either at work or they're doing something, and they're kind of telling you, I know that I've been away a lot, I know I've been kind of distant, I know it's like 1 minute I'm acting really warm and then the next minute I'm kind of off in my own head, and they're just kind of telling you, okay, I'm working on something and it's worth it. The thing that I'm working on is important. It's gonna take me somewhere. It might even turn you into the Queen of Pentacles. So like if this is a guy, maybe he's, building his wealth in order to give you a good lifestyle. That's entirely possible. Now, your Intuit Oracle really kind of reaffirms that too, because I see you got man and you got heart. And, heart is like love, romance, desire. In Lenormand, the heart is literally like getting the Ace of Cups. It's a big deal. And the man could either be, it could be the person who's haunting you, which, most likely. And the fact that I see a woman and a man. But I have a feeling that, and this is the Jack of Hearts and the Ace of Hearts, which is it's in tarot, that would be the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Cups. I think somebody is working hard on something. So you're being haunted by someone who is away working on something. They're telling you they're kind of leaving you to be an independent person, but they're working hard at something and they're telling you that it's worth it. But you're definitely getting kind of frustrated because this person is definitely acting like a rebel 1 minute and then acting like a smooth talker the next. But they're planning something though. They're working hard at something. Now, the twin flame messages, and this is what this person wants to tell you, and it really plays into the heart and the man. But you got some powerful cards. I knew this was going to happen, but you got, I still love you, and I just wasn't ready for you. And again, like we were saying, these two are full of love. This is a lot of water energy. This person, whoever's haunting you, cares about you a whole lot. And definitely they're telling you it's worth it. Whatever they're doing to make you feel haunted, they're saying that they don't mean to do it to you, but it's worth it. And I think it's work related. But they're definitely saying that, they weren't ready for you. They weren't ready to kind of settle down, but they still have a whole lot of love for you. So I definitely think, again, this reading isn't to tell you what to do, but it's just to give you a description of who's haunting you. But that was your ghostie, pile number 1. He is a very sweet looking ghost, by the way. I don't know if they did something, if our ghosts, if our haunters have been misbehaving, then don't give them any slack. But that was fun. That was fun. Ghostie number 1. I knew I was going to enjoy this. This is going to be a fun reading. All right, so ghostie number 2. This guy's kind of my favorite too. He's kind of like the wiggly ghost. So ghostie number 2, the wiggly ghost. Let's go. Go ahead and let's see. Pile number 2. Who is haunting you? Okay, pile number 2, ghostie number 2. Who is haunting you? Pile number 2, ghostie number 2. Who is haunting you? Pile number 2. Who is is haunting you? Who is haunting pile number 2? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take all 3 cards. Okay. I'm definitely getting a work vibe off this pile number 2. All right. Pile number 2. Who is ghosting you? Oh, we got another man. There's only 2 men in this deck, and we already got both. So, all right. And then what do they want to tell you? What does your ghost want to tell you? Pile number, oh, okay. All right. So pile number 2. Who is ghosting you? Oh. This was kind of sticking out, so I'm going to read it too. I'm just going to go ahead and go with it because it was like sliding my way. All right, so pile number 2. You got mentor, which is passing on wisdom and character. And then you got the 3 of Pentacles. You got man, and you got scythe. And again, I don't want you to be afraid. There's no bad cards. They're just, we read them together. And then your divine masculine messages, or your messages, is I express myself differently to you. What's going on? And you fascinate me. Now, I'll go ahead and I'll get to your twin flame messages when we get to the end, but I really get the sense that this is most likely a work relationship, either that or if this is romantic, that you met this person at work. Because the 3 of Pentacles, normally in regular Rider-Waite-Smith, it's people collaborating. In this card, you see someone working alone, but you see the pentacles in the background, and they're definitely working hard. And then the scythe, I know here it looks a little fearsome. It kind of reminds you of the scythe in the death card, but here it means something different. I mean, here it just means something sudden, something unexpected. And wherever the point is facing, like if it was positioned this way, he would be coming after the sudden. And if it's coming this way, it means this is what's being cut out, or this is what's unexpected. Here, I'm going to cough, excuse me. Excuse me. But here, I'm getting that, with the what's going on and the you fascinate me, I really think that this is a man, this is someone, and this could be something that this is someone that you either met suddenly, or this is someone who just really surprises you. You look up to this person, they really inspire you. I think they teach you new things. This almost looks like a student. And I think the way that this person expressed themselves is very different. I get the vibe from this in the way that they kind of wrap their arm around you. I think this might be an older person. And again, if it's a romantic interest, it might be someone who is older than you, or even if they're not chronologically older than you, then they're more mature, or they just feel really wise for their age. And what I see is, I see that you can't stop thinking about this person because they really fascinate you. And I think what's happening is when you say what's going on, I kind of get the vibe like, this is someone that you really, I express myself differently to you. And what I always get with this card is it isn't that this person is different from you. I think what I read in I express myself differently to you means that, like, say for instance, you notice how you can always tell if somebody likes you by the way that they treat other people. Like if they talk a certain way to people that they consider just friends, completely platonic, but then they act differently to you, you kind of get that vibe like, oh, okay, is this something more, and especially if you're interested in someone romantically, and even if it's not romantic, but I just really get this vibe like this is someone that you kind of have your eye on. This is someone who treats you differently than they treat other people. And it has you thinking, what's going on? Is this something more? You know, is this something more? And then you fascinate me. And I just think that this person, I also get the real big vibe that this person's really intelligent, or you just like the way their mind works. And I definitely get the feeling that either they came in suddenly, or this person is gonna, this might have been a surprise love interest, because I really get that, you know, with the man. It can be a boyfriend, and it can be someone who just kind of came out of the blue, like you did not expect either that, or maybe they started off as a friend or a mentor and you didn't expect it to become anything else, and it did. Now let me go ahead and get your twin flame messages cards, and I thought this was interesting, but I'm finally feeling the consequences of my actions. And then I also got, I need more time to figure things out. And again, you know, neither of these cards are bad, but I'm getting kind of the feeling like, you know, if this was something sudden, or if you are in that stage of a relationship where you're saying, you know, what are we? What is this? I'm getting the feeling that I don't think that anybody did anything wrong, but maybe there was like a sudden expression of affection, or maybe there was some kind of awkward moment where they really kind of revealed their feelings. And, you know, either that, or if this is a work relationship, and I know that, you know, in some work environments you really need to be careful with that, because if someone is a supervisor and someone's not, you know, you have to be very clear about that. If you're going to start a relationship, you have to kind of let management know, or, you know, follow the rules. But, you know, I'm finally feeling the consequences of my actions, and I need more time to figure things out. So I really feel like the consequences of the actions has something to do with this sudden, whatever this sudden action was, and the what's going on. You know, there was something, either something, I really feel like it was some kind of action that occurred, and then, you know, just kind of left you questioning, what in the world, you know, what in the world? And he kind of looks that way too. He's kind of like, whoa, what? Say what? You know? But I definitely see that you look up to this person, and I definitely think that I think it's a little bit more, I mean, you know, it might be something more professional, but you definitely, this person expresses themselves in a different way to you, and that definitely gives, that would be your indicator of what they feel for you, is how they treat you. But okay, pile number 2, that was your ghostie. That was the person who is haunting you. Thank you for letting me read your cards. I thought that was so interesting. And let's go ahead and move on to ghostie number 3. So, ghostie number 3, you got the green and purple dude. I like happy ghosts. I didn't, you know, I don't like spooky ghosts. Okay, pile number 3. Who is haunting you? Who's haunting you? Sorry, getting goofy. Okay. Okay. Let's just go ahead and get one more card just to clarify. Oh. Okay. All right. 3 kind of came out, so I'm not trying to give anyone special treatment. I just wanted a little bit of clarification. And all right, pile number 3. Who's ghosting you? Okay. Pile number 3. Pile number 3. Who is ghosting you? Who is pile number 3? Who is ghosting, or not ghosting, I'm sorry. I'm using the wrong term. Who is haunting? Again, ghosting is a completely different video. We can do that one if you want. Who is haunting pile number 3? Okay. Now what I think is interesting is you got a lot of green, and you kind of have green in your pumpkin, so, and purple. Okay, pile number 3. Who is haunting you? Who is haunting pile number 3? Who is haunting pile number 3? And pile number 3. What does their ghostie want to say to pile number 3? Oh, that's really quite sweet, pile number 3. All right, pile number 3. Who is haunting you? All right, now you got kind of 3 archetype cards, and so I really wanted to, and again, don't be afraid, there are no bad cards, it's just we read them together. But you got addict, you got advocate, and you got vampire. And for your tarot cards, you got the Knight of Cups, and you got the Six of Cups. And that's cups is a lot of heart energy. It's a lot of emotion. And then you got for your Intuit or your Lenormand, you got victory and you got wine. And wine has kind of a different meaning. For your messages card, you got don't underestimate me and we're aligning. We're aligning. So let me go ahead and read through this, and then at the end we'll read your Twin Flame messages card. But right off the bat, the addict. Now, I'm not gonna. We never jump to say that this is a reflection of your ghost, of your haunting, of your ghost, of the person who is haunting you. But of course, addict can be a attribute of the person, or addict can be how you feel about this person. It's probably a little bit of both. This person might have some bad habits, or they might have some codependent habits, and you know, that can be anything. That can be coffee with caffeine, it can be smoking, it can be drinking, but basically I kind of get the feeling that it's a little bit of both. This person might have some bad habits, and I think that, but in turn I think you are addicted to them. There's something about this person's personality that you can't walk away from. Either that, or it's really hard for you to walk away. And I also see that with advocate and vampire. And what I kind of see, and not actually the way the cards fell out too, you kind of have addict towards the top and then you have the 2 underneath, is that I think this person, I think you want to help them, and I think, again, I do think that you are addicted to them. Like, you see this person, you see, first off, all of these are water, they're cups cards, and you see how this person is pushing against the wave of water, right? It's like he's pushing against the cups, like and I think that might be kind of you as well. And I'm the same way, definitely. You know, when someone brings romance into your life, or when someone brings a cup to you and you really want that love, you want to feel that sense of belonging, it's addictive. And they even say that being in love is like being on crack. I'm sorry, just to say it, because it affects the receptors in your brain. It releases dopamine, it releases serotonin, it releases all of the feel-good chemicals that make you really feel high. And whenever that is taken away, or anytime you have a breakup, it's really heartbreaking. It's really hard. It's like withdrawal. And I think what is happening is that this person, definitely, if you look at your tarot cards, you have the Knight of Cups and you have the Six of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is the most romantic card in the deck. Let me tell you, he is the lover. He brings that cup of love, and on a white horse. And you know, when this person makes you feel special, it is like you are on cloud 9. There is no one else who can make you feel as special as them. And the Six of Cups is, you see it as being children and sharing cups. And what that typically means is that this person is probably either a high school sweetheart, or it's someone that you knew since the time you were young. And it also tells me that it's someone that you keep going back to. And we definitely get that with Addict and with the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is also a reunion card, but it can also mean, it didn't come up in the reverse, but it can kind of mean returning. You keep going back to someone that you've already, been in a relationship before. And what I kind of see is that every single time you go back, it becomes kind of a cycle. And you either really want to make the relationship work, or you either want to advocate for this person, but unfortunately every time you end up feeling drained. It's like there are definitely some situations in life where the only thing that you can do is, sometimes you can't help someone, all you can do is have healthy boundaries and hope that they make the right decisions. But it doesn't make this person bad, but it does. I am seeing a little bit of a cycle here where this could be an on again, off again relationship. Now, what we see for your Lenormand cards is you got victory, and you got the trophy, and you got wine. And what I thought really kind of plays into it with wine is, first off, the Knight of Cups, it always looks like a wine cup, right? And it could be. Some of your most romantic moments, if this is a love relationship, maybe you really did have some great moments where you went out to dinner and you had a glass of wine together, and that just is a fond memory for you. And that could be part of what's haunting you, is that, oh gosh, you're just remembering. And honestly, even the victory cup and then this cup, you got a lot of cups, right? So maybe you are remembering moments where you went out to eat, or you just had these times together. But wine means developing over time. It means family. It means legacy. It means ripening. So what this could be is that it could be a relationship that has stood the test of time as well. But with trophy, I definitely see that there is ambition, and this kind of fuels into it, where I would just kind of feel like, even with advocate, it's like, again, even when you run into tough times, you believe that this can happen. You believe that this is worth it, and that it will work, that, But also, having the wine and having so many cups, and with Addict, just to put it out there, it doesn't have to be, this is just a scenario, but it could be someone who likes their drink, then that's an entirely possible thing, is that it could be someone who, has a habit, or, might be a little bit codependent on alcohol. But that's just one scenario, and again, but what it is it's an equal balance of being an advocate, like trying to make it work, and then feeling drained. So that's the nature of the person who's haunting you. Now, the next thing, and I thought this was great because the green kind of coincides, and the green coincides with the advocate too, but it says, don't underestimate me, and we're aligning. And don't underestimate me really kind of makes me think, again, I'm seeing victory, I'm seeing advocate. I really feel like your ghostie, half the reason why you keep going back to your ghostie is because you do have faith in this person. This person, you've never not believed in this person. You see these two children, it's almost like the other half of your own soul. It's like you know this person. And actually I thought that too with the blonde of the children and stuff. This is kind of a generic card, but we're aligning. So I do think that for as exhausting as this scenario has been, I think that, I do think that this person wants victory with you, and I do think that they're telling you, don't give up. Don't give up on me. There's victory for us yet, right? And to be honest, if you are a really hardworking person, like if you are an advocate and they're saying we're aligning, maybe that's their way of saying, look, I know I've been an almighty pain in the butt. I know I've fallen back into my bad ways a million times before, but please, we are aligning. Your morals and my morals are one and the same. And I think this person kind of they might want to prove it to you. They might want to prove it to you, not to get anyone's hopes up, but the Knight of Cups and the Six of Cups, that's an offer. That's someone coming back and saying, you know, I want to rekindle, I want to reconnect. And it's most likely someone from your past. And your Twin Flame Messages card, and this one is pretty sweet. It's, I'm reminded of you constantly. And I'll tell you, when I see this card, I get that deep intuition that just like I read symbols, right? I see symbols around me and I get interpretations. I think this person, the person who's haunting you, I think they'll hear a song on the radio and it'll remind them of you. Somebody will walk by wearing your cologne or your perfume and it's like, oh my God. I think that they're getting signs. They're getting signs in a lot of them. And the fact that it says we're aligning, I just really think, it's, I think also that whatever you do inspires this person. I'm really hearing, I'm hearing the saying, you make me want to be a better person. That's what I'm hearing. You make me want to be a better person. And they have been a pain in the butt, though. They've been a pain. We're not going to sugarcoat that one, but yeah, they're reminded of you constantly. I think as haunted as you are, I think they are too, and I think it's equal. I think it's equal. And you see how when it says we're aligning, and you see how the children seem to be sitting at the same level. I don't think it's one person thinking about the other more. And I'm also getting the instinct to tell you that you think that you are obsessing. You think that, oh, okay, I'm thinking about them more than they're thinking about me. No, that's not true. It's equal, if not more. I think they're probably thinking about you just as much, if not more. But and okay, so pile number 3. That was exciting. I enjoyed that. I'm glad we're keeping this kind of fun. I didn't want it to be too serious, and I think we've kept it in a good balance, right? All right, pile number 4, Ghostie number 4. All right, and again, 10 points if you know what famous cartoon this guy is from. My stepmom really loves that cartoon too. But okay, pile number 4, last pile. And I'm excited. I was telling, I have the Halloween episode. What am I talking about? I have the Halloween video filmed and ready to go, and I was talking about how excited I was to have more than 3 piles. I'm so used to just having 3 piles. Okay, so pile number 4. Oh, all right, you saw that. That was a tap. Okay. Keep note of that. But, okay, pile number 4. Who is haunting pile number 4? Who is pile number 4's ghost? Who's haunting pile number 4? Okay, making note of the cards. Getting a few kind of general themes. There's a lot of themes of victory. Wow. All right. And let's go ahead. And I really love these cards. I danced the jig when they finally arrived. It took a little while for them to show. It wasn't too bad, but I was checking the mailbox. Okay, pile number 4. Who is ghosting? Not ghosting. I keep saying that. I'm sorry. Who is haunting pile number 4? Who is not pile number 4's ghost? That's how I want to say it. Who is pile number 4's ghost? Ooh. Okie dokie, Smokey. That's the first time I got that card. I'm not going to emoji that one. I'm just going to say it. I hope I don't get dinged on YouTube. But okay, who is haunting pile number 4? Who is haunting pile number 4? haunting pile number 4? Ooh. Oh, wow. You got a little heavier pile number 4. It's not bad, but it's, ooh. Got some weight to your pile. Okay, pile number 4. Who is haunting pile number 4? What does pile number 4's ghost want to say to them? What does pile number 4's ghost want to say to them? Okay, we're going to keep this one because it was poking me in the thumb, but we'll go one more just to pile number 4. What does their ghost want to?
Ooh, all right.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right. And we will do more readings with these cards, definitely. I get such a kick out of it. All right. So pile number 4. Who is haunting you? You got warrior and you got thief. And again, there are no bad cards, so we'll read these together. And your tarot cards, you got the King of Swords. You got a king and a queen. You got the King of Swords and you got the Queen of Cups. And then for your Lenormand, you got Stepping Stones. Neighbors being obnoxious. And you got the Wheel of Fortune. And you got Snowflake. And then this is what I was giggling about, is that, well, the first card to come out was I Want You Now. And that wasn't the real giggler. This is the real giggler. This karmic situation is kicking my ass. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. And honestly, the Wheel of Fortune really plays into that. And then we'll get into what this person wants to say to you in just a minute. Now, all right. So, all right, pile, ghostie number 4, pile number 4. This person is using all of their strength to kind of stay away from you. I think that I think this person knows that if they, I kind of see it. You see how he kind of has a heart in his pocket there? I'm getting really the feeling like this person knows that they could steal your heart if they wanted to. They could come in, they could turn on the charm, and they could sweep you off your feet if they wanted to. All they had to do was decide and take the action, because they know, and that's not to say that they know that you would, accept that, or that you're pining for him or anything. But what I see is I see the King of Swords and the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is, you've ever heard those songs that always say, don't, stay away from the Queen of Diamonds, because she'll beat you if she's able, but the Queen of Hearts, she's always your best bet. Well, the Queen of Cups is the Queen of Hearts, and she's always the best bet. That's the Queen of Cups is the woman that she's the emotionally mature. She is she knows how to make you emotionally happy. And I think this is really beautiful because the person that you're haunting really sees you in that light. They see you as the Queen of Cups. They know that you're this beautiful, gentle person. And I love the fact that if you look at her feet, she's always barefoot, and you see how there's stones at her feet. And one of the Lenormand cards you got was Stepping Stones. And I think what this person is doing is, the person that's haunting you, the person that's on your mind, they are really, I'm really surprised that the Strength card didn't come out, because I think that they know. And the King of Swords, I've said before, and if you've watched my other readings, he's a mental guy. He's the mature king masculine of thought, of strategy. If you've ever played the board game Risk, this is the guy who's good at Risk. He doesn't necessarily look, well, he's not an emotional guy. That's the one thing. This is a little bit of a mismatch, because this woman is very emotional. She's the nurturer. She's the, she brings heart to things. And it isn't that the King of Swords does not have heart, but he prioritizes reason above his heart. He doesn't like getting hurt. He does not wear his heart on his sleeve, not even close. He has armor down to his toes. I think he has metal socks on right here. I mean, the man is ironclad. And the fact that he has one of those falcons, and you see it in the Nine of Pentacles too, but he has a falcon on his wrist. And that's one of those birds that you see the little cover on his eyes. That's one of those birds that are trained. They're like, and what that means is, and birds are messengers too. So this man has it on lockdown. He has his feelings on lockdown. He knows what he wants. He strategizes. He's the thinker. And that's where it definitely makes me think that, even his chin kind of looks like the thief here. I just really think that this person he's planning. Whoever this is, it's like, I get the feeling like you've been, and not to associate, you can be a man watching this reading. I hope you please don't get offended by the terms he and she. A woman could be the king, and a man can be the queen. The roles can definitely be reversed. But all it is it's a nurturing yin and energy. It's a receptive energy for one of you, and then the other person, and I really think it's the person, I know that for a fact, I'm getting the feeling that your ghost is the person who's haunting you, he's just thinking, he's strategizing. He knows that if he followed through with his plan, and you can almost see the gray is the same, it almost looks like the same character. He knows what he can get, and I just get this feeling like he's restraining, like warrior, he's restraining, he's holding in. And the fact that this says, I want you now, it just kind of gives that reaffirmation. Okay, you're the queen of hearts, baby. You're the queen of cups. He knows that's a good deal. he knows that's the real deal, Holyfield. And it's funny, you're even looking at, the queen of cups is looking at her cup. She's not even really looking. And where's his attention? He's not looking at his bird. He's looking at her, right? But I want you now, and actually the blue too. But what I thought was funny is that this karmic situation is busting my ass. and honestly, you got the Wheel of Fortune, which is fate and karma. And that does rule, destiny. The other thing is it rules forces of the universe. And that's one thing when we get into the How to Tarot, the Wheel of Fortune's towards the end of the major arcana. But when we went to get into describing the Wheel of Fortune, that's going to be an interesting read, because basically it's the turning of the wheel. It's, and with the Wheel of Fortune, it's funny. Well, it's not funny, but what it is it kind of tells you that it's one of those cards that kind of says, what is it? You don't really appreciate what you have until you don't have it, or it's the hard times in life that you remember. It's not when everything was easy. But I do see, and even the colors are kind of the same. Look at that. It's like a dove gray. Isn't that crazy? That's such a synchronicity. I love synchronicities. But I do get this feeling like, there's some kind of karma here. Definitely, I get the feeling that the Queen of Cups was very receptive. She was very open about her feelings, but the King of Swords was not. He was really guarded. I'm sorry if I'm tapping my mic. But he was very guarded about his emotions, and he's strategizing. He knows that he could swoop in and take action, and he really, really wants to. But I really get this feeling like warrior means strength, skill, discipline. And the fact that it says discipline and he's disciplined, I get the feeling that he's reining in, and this is the person that's on your mind. So he's feeling some kind of karmic retribution. This Wheel of Fortune also means that sometimes if this person hasn't been taking any action, it also means the universe will swoop in and push him to, and not in a bad way, but if this was a situation where some kind of, because it really seems like the Queen has been open about what she wants, open about her feelings, but she hasn't been getting the same in return, the wheel will turn, the situation will cycle, and the universe will do what's right. Now, the thing that I love about it is it kind of indicates, again with the stones, it says the process of arrival, baby steps, progress, and she's got stones at her feet. So I do think that process of arrival, step by step, a way out, keep on going. I think that the wheel is turning. I do think this karmic situation is busting the King of Swords butt. But the other thing that we see here is you've got snowflake. And I love snowflake. And what it means is it says perfect, precise, design, fragile, handle carefully, unique. But what I've always read when I see snowflake and the way that I see it is that I see that this relationship, even though it seems like an odd couple, is very special. It's unique. It's one of a kind. And I think the king sees that. He's a very smart guy. He's probably seen a lot in his life. He's probably been through a lot in his life. That's what makes him so guarded. That's what makes him value, what is practical, what's, reasonable over just, following your heart and getting into trouble. But it's a special, he knows that, the person who's haunting you knows that you're a special person. They know that they're unique. I'm almost getting the vibe like they're not finding anyone else like you. I'm really hearing that. I'm sorry, not hearing that, but I'm getting that vibe. And the fact that, there's something that's keeping him back, but he has good reason. He has his reasons for staying away, but it really is wearing on him, and he knows that, but I think what they're doing is with this karma, the wheel is turning, the gears are turning, it's just very slow. And, the solution would be very baby steps. Don't rush it, don't, and just take it by step. But this character, the person who's haunting you, does need to open up a little bit. Because I don't see the Queen of Cups as being a guarded or closed off person, All right, so the person who's haunting you, your ghostie. What does your ghostie want to say to you? You've got, I've thought a lot about you lately. And this was the second giggle of the reading because, okay, who but the King of Swords would be like, honestly, if you're gonna have this quote next to the King of Swords, it's almost like it should say something like, I've thought about nothing but you lately, because he's that much of a thinker, right? He almost obsesses, but he's also a very smart man. He's very, very intelligent. And then the other two things, and you did have two cards that wanted to come out, is you got, being apart has been life-changing for me. You can see that. And I just have to do something else right now. Please try and understand. So I really get this feeling like, again, he knows that this person, the person who's ghosting you, they know your value. They know that this is a rare thing. They know that you're a rare thing. And I just get this feeling like they're forcing themselves to take baby steps. They're forcing themselves to slow down because they want you now, right? But they want you now, but there's something that they have to do first. And, the karma of it, the thing that they need to do, being apart has been life-changing, but please, please, I have something else I have to do right now. Please try and understand. I think they can't follow their desires right now. They can't. They're forced to use reason. They have to use reason because there's something going on that you're probably not aware of. But just know that karma is cycling out. Whatever they're dealing with, the wheel is turning. It's taking its sweet time. It's going in baby steps. But those stepping stones, those little baby steps, are going to go right to the Queen of Wands' feet. He's going to come right up. Whoever this is going to follow that blessed little trail. And you can even see the sun is at the end. It's almost like she's waiting at the end of all those pebbles. And I'm sure, I really get the feeling like he wants to hopscotch across those, but he just can't right now. And again, it can be a he or a she, but that's the vibe that I'm getting, that's the person, that's your ghost, that's your person who's haunting you, pile number 4. All right. Well, I was a little nervous about that. I thought that, you know, we might draw a few blanks or that we might get too emotional. I didn't expect to giggle as much. Not in a bad way, but you guys, thank you for that. That's the first time I've ever seen that card. That's hysterical. All right. I really enjoyed that reading. I think I really loved that one. That was a lot of fun. All right. So pile number 4. I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a great time with that. I knew we were going to have a fun time with all these themed readings. But okay, so this is, I thank you so much for joining me. Again, if you want to be considered for the drawing for our card bag, please leave a comment, and what I'll do is I'll put all the names of everyone who comments in a bowl, or we'll do, if I can find, I'm not sure how other people do it. I've seen other readers hold giveaways, but I think there might be like some kind of computer matrix that randomly, reliably and randomly picks a name. But I will pick a name and I will reach out to you and I'll get your contact information and I'll send you your bag. But I hope you enjoy. If you'd like to check out your weekly energies, please do. That is posted as of this morning, so it's at the same time as this video. And then on on Tuesday is my How to Tarot, and it is actually, this week is the Emperor. And oh, he's a fun card. He's the man with the master plan. He is the big dog. He is, you know, definitely a fun character to learn. So if you'd like to check out the How to Tarot, please join me on Tuesday. And then on Thursday, there is a special Halloween posting. So the second special post for Halloween will be up on Thursday, first thing in the morning, 7 a.m. And I will let you know the theme. It's going to be another fun theme like this one, except it won't be 2 people. It won't be personal, but it'll be about you. But it's going to be a fun Halloween theme. So I hope you enjoy. Please let me know if you'd like to do more of these, or if you would like me to do like a ghosting video or something like that. Please let me know in the comment section below. And I hope that you have a great weekend and see you in the next video. Bye.